Okay, do you want to say your name?
Kerry Francis.
What's your first memory of Gamesley?
Play Away was one of my first memories. Dot and Jim Bonnie used to do it in the 6 weeks holidays, and you could go there for the full day, 2 or 3 days a week, and just have fun really.
And was that that was in the porter cabins on the school, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could, or the school, mainly in the school hall.
How did you didn't really get a choice when you came up to Gamesley, because I'm guessing you came up with your mum and dad. Was that how you sort of first came up to Gamesley, or were you?
I was born here.
Right. Were you born actually on the estate, or were
no,
you
I was
at
born
Tameside
in
Hospital?
Tameside, but
right.
Yeah, first home was here.
So you came up to Gamesley sort of, basically you come back with your mum and dad. Have you lived anywhere else aside from Gamesley, or have you always been on Gamesley?
I've always been on Gamesley.
So you grew up on the estate. What can you remember the shops and facilities been like, sort of when you were younger?
The chip shop was one of them, and Farrell's, and you used to be able to go in and buy everybody's birthday presents from there, like a bric and brac shop.
Because it was the old sort of traditional hardware shop, and it was stalls from from ground to sort
Mum
of
and
ceiling.
Nana and everybody had the same ornaments.
For the time that you sort of lived on Gamesley, do you have any particular special memories of any particular events or activities that sort of you've taken part in?
I get my nose in everything. I used to like going to the cinema thing over at the club on a Saturday morning. We used to put pictures on, and we used to go there, and that was good. Remember that.
Do you have sort of any particular place on Gamesley? And it doesn't necessarily need to be a place that's still here now that you used to like going to, or sort of still been.
Just whole of Gamesley really. I just love being here.
Yeah.
But my special place, I'd say, was my Nana and Grandad's house. Always there, and there's a lot of good memories coming from there.
Now, your granddad was one of the local councillors for many years on the estate, and was the first person who has been elected mayor of the borough to come from Gamesley.
Yeah.
Is there any particular special memories from your gran and granddads?
I remember when he did get elected mayor, and the chauffeur-driven car pulls up, and I was meeting my friend in Glossop, so they had to go the other way. I was like, drop us off in Glossop, which was not allowed really, but he done it.
You mentioned sort of your gran and granddad, and I know your mum and dad still live on the estate, but do you have any other family that still live on Gamesley?
Yeah, I have my sister, my brother, my nieces, my nephew.
Your kids?
My children. Yeah.
So there's sort of effectively the four generations?
Yeah.
More or less?
Because my nana's still here. So yeah, there is 4 generations, yeah.
When you were growing up on the estate, when folk first moved up, back end of the 60s, there was sometimes a bit of rivalry with folk from Glossop. Did you ever pick up on any of that, or do you still think there's any of that about now?
I don't think there's much of that about now, but yes, it was when I was growing up. It was Hattersley and Gamesley, or Gamesley and Glossop. I didn't get involved.
Now, as the estate's reaching its 50th birthday, a lot of the folk, when the estate was first built, came up from Manchester, so they see themselves as being Mancunians. Do you sort of see yourself as being a Mancunian, or are you a Glossopian or a Gamesleyan?
I see myself as a Mancunian, because everyone here is from Manchester. mostly. So yeah, Mancunian, even though we're born in Tameside. Mr. Turner, he was like the best teacher. He done like the last year of primary school. He was strict, but he was fair. Yeah, we went to Real Sun Centre and we were out swimming around all day, and then I went down the water slide and ripped all my swimming costume and had to swim on my back for the rest of the day.
Was Mr. Turner the head?
Deputy.
Right.
Yeah, he was the deputy head. He was there. He was my dad's first teacher as well. So when my dad come up here, he was 11. So he went straight to primary school in the last year, and he done 1 year, and he's 1 year there, and then went up to Glossop School. But my dad's worked on these shops since he was 11-year-old, and he's nearly 60 now.
Guy used to be the butcher's when the butcher's shop was still about.
Yeah, he's known by John the Butcher. Yeah, so he had the butcher's shop and worked on here since.